What is going on all, it's Hadex Gaming with update version 0.28 of Necesse. This has upgradable workstations, a new adventure journal, challenges, and much more. Here we've got the trailer for the version 28. Jonas puts a lot of hard work into them. If you haven't seen them, definitely check them out. They're a lot of fun. If you like this video, make sure to follow the Necesse socials, so the Discord, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, all the usual. In this update, we've been working on the user interface and onboarding of Necesse. While we still got a lot more stuff planned, we think that this update is a good step towards making Necesse easier to get into for new players. This includes the new upgradable workstations, anvils, and alchemy tables. Each of these stations can now be upgraded to access better recipes while maintaining the recipes from their previous upgrade. This is really good because before you'd have regular workstation, demonic workstation, and then advanced workstation. So now you probably only need the advanced workstation and you get access to the whole lot. So as you can see in this little GIF here, they upgrade it and it transforms into the new one. It also looks like the workstations are now 2x1 long for all of them. So that'll mean some bases may have to be reshuffled depending on how your layout is set. All crafting stations now also has a categorized layout, making it easier to navigate between recipes. The quest system has also been simplified, and the Elder now only has boss quests, and the rewards from the repeatable quests are now part of the new Adventure Journal challenge system. So here you can see some. So the plain surface or the forest surface, kill 25 zombies, capture a cow using a rope, and use a mysterious portal to obtain the frog costume. This should make it easier to track down the specific rewards that you desire. In the previous update, we added carpets and paintings, and in this update, we've expanded a bit further on these items and their systems. Carpets can now be placed below objects such as beds and tables, as you can see down here. Paintings and wall lights can now be placed on any wall, regardless of the object being in the way. So here you can see, a bit later on, I'll point it out, he pops a torch above the plant pot here. There we go. So you can now place torches above items, which would be really nice. It means that you no longer have an awkward gap on the wall where the torches are. And now some tables can now hold placeable lights such as candles and torches, as you can see here. Some of the other features and changes in this update include more ground clutter on biome surfaces, new starter presets for the Elder's house, a new mount, new settlement banners of war and peace, a community voted weapon, the seed gun. New items are now better highlighted in your inventory. So I'm going to go into the full changelog below now. 0.28 changelog. The additions, candles that can be placed on the ground, added a craft 10 key modifier control that overrides craft all by default. So I think that's the shift click will now craft 10 at a time rather than the full stack, because this is a big change now that the full stacks have been added from 100 to like 250 for some items. Added the ability to upgrade workstations instead of crafting new ones. Added demonic, tungsten, and fallen anvils. Added a void and cave glow alchemy tables. This is probably for regular potions and greater potions once you get to the incursions. Added a homestone, waystone, and settlement flag icons to the minimap. This would be really good when trying to see where you've placed all these things on the minimap when you go visit someone's world, or even in your own world if you've forgotten. Added raspberry bush sapling to the farmer shop post pirate captain. Added a work range overlay when hovering over priority to the minimap as well as the game scene. So now you can zoom right out on the minimap and see just how much it covers. Added the adventure journal challenges, we saw them just before. Added a banner of peace as a journal challenge reward. Added a banner of war as a journal challenge reward. I assume these will be a combination of the 4 current banners, but I'll have to check that out. Added a travel stone as a journal challenge reward. A travel stone is different to the homestone and waystone, so I'd assume this is an infinite travel scroll, but I could be wrong. Added miner's prosthetic trinket as a journal challenge reward. Added a seed gun and seed pouch as journal challenge rewards. Added a seahorse mount as a journal challenge reward. Added fishing hut and broken fence preset that generates on spawn islands. That's really cool. So that means you've already kind of got some infrastructure on your spawn island. Added flower patches to forest, plains, snow, and swamp biomes. Added tree stumps and fallen logs to the forest and swamp biomes. And added tree root clutter to swamp biomes. Added cow skeleton clutter to desert biomes. And a night soundtrack to the plains biome. So the plains biome was recently just added in the last major update, and it only came with a new soundtrack for the daytime, so having a nighttime one will be really cool. And the clutter here will just add more environment to the game. Miscellaneous changes. Carpets can now be placed under objects. We saw that one. Paintings can now be placed on walls behind other objects. We saw that one too. Removed wall torches, wall lanterns, and wall candle recipes. This is because torches, lanterns, and candles can now be placed on the floor and walls instead. So torches and candles can now be placed on fences, tables, and walls. Cool. Reworked the crafting station user interface, adding categories, which makes things easier to search and highlights them. Changed the advanced workstation to tungsten workstation, and reworked the regular workstation and demonic workstation to take up a 2x1 space. Tweaked some of the crafting station textures, reworked where a bunch of recipes appear and sorted them to be more intuitive, lowered the initial settlement recipe craft until count for items, increased the durability of waystones before breaking. Interesting, I didn't realize the waystones broke. New items picked up into the pouches will now highlight the pouch. New items in the inventory are now more visible with a green slot. Removed the regular Elder quests, replacing them with journal challenges. Elder quest rewards and journal challenges can now be bought again from the Elder himself. This is a huge one because that means you no longer have to farm for items over and over and over if you accidentally lost one. The adventure journal will now remember what you had. That's nice. The starting Elder house is now randomly selected between 7 different presets. So you no longer get that small rectangular one with just the usual setup. It can now be between 7 different presets. That'll add a whole lot of variation when starting new runs. Change the wording of quick stack button tooltips. Objects can now be placed on paths right next to water as well. That's huge, because before, if you use the cheat mode or the dev mode to place down water next to items, when you place anything next to it, they'd all break. The tutorial has been slightly updated to include the adventure journal and elder quests. This is a good one because a lot of people weren't sure what to do, so now that it tells you where to go, what to do, and some tasks you can do, you now have a sense of progression that you can follow. Fixes. Fix the game attempting to load known invalid save files. Fix sunflowers not generating in the new plains biome. Didn't realize that was not a thing, but cool to know. Fixed armor, wigs, shirt, and shoe items combining on drop when they shouldn't. Fixed the mages not selling correct homestone and waystones when out on adventure parties. This was a big one. That means if you bought one from a mage when you're on an adventure party and tried to use it, they wouldn't link up to all the other ones. Fixed roped mobs not snapping when teleporting to the roper. Fixed map shots sometimes causes crashes or corrupt images. There was a few of them where it would come out like black and white. It was a kind of cool theme, but obviously it was a bug. Fixed the hunters spawning in cabins in the forest, not being able to be recruited from the start. Interesting. Modding and servers, there are now several object layers with only the base one supporting collision and object entities, and some other small changes and fixes. So I'm not sure what this does for you modders and people with servers, but I'm hoping that is a welcome fix. But that is all. The game isn't currently on special this time round, but I would assume coming to Christmas that it probably will eventually fall back on sale. So just to recap, we got upgradable workstations, a new mount, new challenges, new progression, and a whole lot of quality of life. So let me know what you think of this update. Let me know if you want to see more, and as always, have a happy time zone. That means good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you may be, and I hope to see you next time.